Hey, I want to thank you for joining us here on Polk Place. I'm Brian Lacey, and well, you know, it's about that time. And if you are a friend or fan of the Polk County History Center, you got to know what's going on in May, and no better person to ask than the one, the only, the Jayme Jamison.
Yeah, I'm a friend. I'm a fan of the History Center.
All do you love?
I love the History Center. And you're a friend. You're a fan,
exactly.
right? Yeah.
I'm more like, I'm not so much a friend, not so much a fan. I'm more like, I know that dude.
Yeah.
I'm like Spicoli.
You're like, but I know people in there. Yeah, I love it. I love it.
I am a friend and a fan.
Are you a fan of the moving structures outside?
Yeah, I notice with each day that passes, they tend to move a little bit further. Yeah.
They're shifting with the season.
Yeah, after living in Italy for 7 years and stuff, I learned that Rome wasn't built in a day.
Oh, hey, domani, tomorrow, domani.
Domani mattina, again, tomorrow evening.
Yes, maybe.
Or ecco domani, again tomorrow.
Just keep coming back and asking. But no, they've moved the scaffolding over on Central Avenue, which means that we are officially beginning the last phase of the restoration process.
Well, you know, with it being May, and you know what happens in May, don't you? The Triple Crown.
Oh.
And what's the call on every Triple Crown? And down the stretch they come.
Yes, that is correct.
So we're in the home stretch,
We
right?
are. We're in the home stretch. It's been a very long process, as you know, and all of our fans know. You know, we got to get it right. Got to get it done well, and so that does. It takes time. The crew that has been working has been very diligent in making sure, even if there's a little nick that's not supposed to be there, going back and repairing the little nicks. So we're hoping to have all of the windows up and ready to go, hopefully by the beginning of June. And then after that, it'll just be cleanup to get everything open and ready again for the public to start browsing the museum mid-July.
Yeah. Have your fellow employees, well, see, if you've been following the show, evidently there's a prankster within the History Museum that likes to sign so-and-so was here, and the people see their name, and they're like, I wasn't there.
I wasn't
there. Have they found any more of their names lately?
No, not lately. I'm trying to think if we've come across anything interesting lately. You know, where a lot of that that's interesting is the attic. When you start, because it's kind of unfinished up there, there's exposed wood, and different contractors and things have always written their names. But you know, my money's on Bart at the end of the day.
Yeah, I think Bart's the prankster.
Yeah, I mean, poor Bart. He's like the youngest of us. He's the only guy. We just got to blame everything on him.
He goes like this. He goes home. He goes, really, and I would have gotten away with it if not for you meddling kids.
Yes, that is actually, that would be a very Bart saying. Bart is very pragmatic and would look at life like that. But he's been doing great. You know, he's still been doing the architectural tours because that's mostly the exterior of the building. Which we have one coming up in May, on May the 17th. They're on Saturday, the third Saturday of the month, and he's been able to take people around and explain the restoration process. So if you're curious about what we've been doing, why it's taking so long, what it involves, get that kind of behind the scenes look, you'll want to join Bart on that. It really gives you an appreciation for, first of all, that there are 200 plus exterior windows on the building. They've actually moved up to the, I call it the cookie jar, but the actual technical term is the cupola at the top of the building. So you have the dome, and so the dome windows have to be replaced too.
Dude, I did not know that.
Yep, so they put scaffolding up. They had to bring in a lift to lift the scaffolding up to the outside of the dome. So you'll see them starting to work on the dome now too.
Me, as I go running by at lunch, don't jump, it's not worth it.
Right, you know, I'm sure they've got all the security harnesses and all the safety stuff on, but that, for those people that are working on it, that's even a process in and of itself to get on the outside, because you got to go all the way up.
What's the height on that?
Ooh, I don't know. I'm gonna have to go ask them, because they had to get a boom lift to get everything up there.
You telling me Bart doesn't know that with all the architecture?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, because for safety reasons, staff are not permitted on that.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm sure he would look, you know,
might,
on the original drawings.
He might have to. take a peek at
See,
it.
you have homework now. Come back next month and tell
Okay,
us.
I have homework. I will say Brian Lacey said
No,
that
Brian
I cannot
Lacey
come
asked.
back. I cannot come back unless I have an answer. A number, finite. Yes.
67% of all statistics are made up.
You know, speaking of which, I think it's like 200 feet.
200 feet.
I'm not good with numbers. That's why I do history.
That sounds reasonable.
One football field. I don't know. But yeah, it's an interesting behind the scenes look at the process. And then of course you'll also get to see all of the preparatory work that we're starting to do to open back up the building. The amount of dust that a window project creates is phenomenal. Like, talk about writing your name. I could write my name in some of the dust that's accumulated in the hallways. So
sort of like it's a dirty car.
Yeah.
Hey,
Wash me.
just as a sidebar, 132 feet is what I'm guessing.
Okay.
Yeah.
130.
You said 150?
Sure.
Or did you go 200? You went 200. Wow.
I don't know. I tell you, I don't do numbers. I'll be like, no. But mark it down, people. 132?
137.
137. I'm going to do the prices right to you and go 136.
Ding, ding. Yeah, you undercut me.
136. I am. Because if you go over, you don't win.
Exactly.
So, but we'll find that out and we'll start to include that in the tour as well. But it's just, the architecture is phenomenal. I was talking about this to Miles when I first got here. I just got back from Washington, D.C. and looking at, so specifically Library of Congress. Library of Congress, the original building is 1889. And when you're looking at it, ours is only 15 years later, the historic courthouse. And the architecture is so similar, and it just is like, wow, all of these great buildings that we associate with American government are being built in Washington, D.C., and then here is Polk County saying, hey, we can do that too. We're going to build a courthouse that is reflective of these national standards. And it just, for me, really, really nailed it for me as to how prominent Polk County is in Florida and in Florida government.
Well, somebody went to D.C. and then they came back, and you know where the phrase come from now, right?
What?
Hey guys, hold my beer.
Right? Yeah, we can do that too. We do that, and we're going to give ours a shiny top so that you can see it from far away. But it was actually phenomenal. Have you been to DC?
Yes, ma'am.
I bet you have. Have you been in the last 5 years?
No, I went about 7 or 8 years ago. Was the last time I went up with an honor flight.
Okay, honor flight. So it was really cool. I went to the National African American History and Culture Museum on a mission because there is some Polk County artifacts on display there. Did you know that?
I was not aware of that.
Yeah, so in the African American History and Culture Museum, their top floor exhibit is all about culture. So the things that we do that define us, whether it's art or how we dress or how we build our buildings. And so when they were building the museum, they contacted Mr. Clifton Lewis at the L.B. Brown House. And there is a foundational pylon on display that says LBB because L.B. Brown had handcrafted the pylon. And so I was like a little bee. People probably thought I was crazy because I kept darting around. I'm trying to find it, and I found it. Yeah. And I was so proud to see part of what makes Polk County so unique displayed on the national level.
Clifton is one of the first people I met and brought in on a show, and that guy is a legend. I love him.
I don't think he sleeps. There's no way.
He's just a wealth of knowledge.
Wealth of knowledge, wealth of just
energy.
Joy. Yep. And wanting to leave everything better than he found it.
And he was part of the Triple Nickels too.
Yeah. Oh, very cool. So I enjoyed Washington, D.C., and we're hoping to bring a little bit more of that prominence back when you come to visit the History Center, and really helping people to understand why Polk County is so unique and so prevalent, not just in the Florida, but in national politics, because we're the best. We the best.
Yeah.
Number one.
Yeah. So how about our girl? She's still doing the...
She is.
Yeah.
So Miss Shannon is still doing Genealogy Speaker Series.
Yep.
And speaking of being proud of where you came from, the topic for this month is your ancestral homelands. So say, for example, Brian, you've gone through and you've all the Lacey's, the Lacey's. You found them all. And you've got your family tree, but you want to understand
more like a branch. branch, more like a branch.
A very sad
not
twig
a tree,
hanging from the tree. So you've got your twig figured out, and you want to understand the context in which your twig exists. And so our presenter for the month of May is really going to go into how do you understand more about the physical location of your family. When sometimes we're in the ancestral homelands. Well, what does that mean? Where are you? Is it a home? Is it a location? I know for me, and probably for you, being a military brat, I don't really have an ancestral homeland. I'm a little bit here, a little bit there, that sort of thing. So for me, it's a home. I think of my grandma's house, and that's for me is what I associate with, okay, this is what it means to be a Jamison. It's grandma's house. So it's going to be a really cool program. It's going to be a little bit different than our normal programs because you're not just looking for data and information, you're looking for a story.
And the good thing is when we tape next month, you guys should be back in the building, open back up, so we can bring her back in.
Yeah, yep.
Shannon Graham.
We'll bring Shannon Graham in, and she does have her speakers figured out for the rest of the year.
Yeah,
so
she
you'll
told
be able to
me
have a good conversation with her. Yeah.
About the time that she gets the whole speaker series booked and mapped for the year, we close, and now I can't bring her in.
I know. But she's gonna be coming in. I'm gonna hype her up and get her ready because she's gonna, it's gonna be a little bit rusty, a little bit squeaky, but she'll be ready. And you know what's interesting about that? If I can peel back the curtain on county government for a minute, she does these programs and they're virtual. So anybody across the county can participate. Anybody across the nation can participate. So the History Center, this is going to be really boring, but very quickly. The History Center sits within the Parks and Natural Resources Division of Polk County government. Most people don't realize that we're part of that division. And within that, there are all sorts of other resources. So there's the resource centers that offer opportunities for kids, but also seniors.
They were just Parks and Rec resource centers were just in taping before you did.
Those are my county government BFFs.
Yep.
Like we work together. Circle B is part of the same division, and so we're really hoping over the next year to really start networking these programs so that if you're at Circle B, you learn a little bit more, you should go to the History Center and see what's going on there. Or if you're at the Resource Center, Jayme comes in and does a program about what's unique about Eloise or unique about Medalla. And it's just been such a really great opportunity to start to network with these people. We have a brand new staff member out at Homeland now too, and she's really starting to kick up the dirt there. So I'm so excited to see what comes out at Homeland over the next year.
So just out of curiosity, do you guys ever do any kind of summertime thing for the kids?
So we do. We actually don't do one program. What we do is we host different summer camps and different youth
So they all
groups.
come to you. Okay.
Yep.
So that's what they were talking about in the field trips.
I don't know if it's just the air conditioning or if it's if it's the historic exhibits, but I think they were talking about, they try to thematically theme the weeks at the resource center. So they want to really start building in. You'll always hear Murtis and I talk about this sense of place, this idea that you're from Polk County and here are the reasons to be proud.
This is home.
Yep. And here are the things that we want to protect, which leads us into our great segue for May. Are you ready for this?
And that is?
It is Historic Preservation Month.
Okay.
Yeah, you're like, yes, I'm going to get out there and historically preserve some things. Historic Preservation Month, it was established in 1973, and it really was for that. It was an opportunity to get communities talking about why is Polk County unique, maybe better than Orange County or Seminole County, those types of things. What makes us Hillsborough? What makes us Polk County? And what I would like is for the fans of the show, fans of Polk Place, I would like to invite you to use your voice during Historic Preservation Month. If there is a building in your hometown or an activity in your hometown that you think is unique and important, you don't have to be me to share it. You can be you and share it. Share it on your social media. Go to lunch with your ladies, go to a man date with your mans and tell them, hey, did you know that this building's really cool because X, Y, and Z? And just talking about it and sharing that information in what might take a minute and a half, 2 minutes. Check, you've done historic preservation work.
Well, we got anything else, May Rice?
Oh, so this isn't our event, but I'm going to go ahead and give a plug for it too. You have the National Fallen Officers Memorial is in May, and that will be over at Lakeland's Veterans Park. We had a really interesting inquiry from the Bartow Police Department this past month. They have 2 officers on the roll call. One was the town marshal in 1886.
I remember that story.
And the other is in the 1950s, A.G. Bush. He was the first motorcycle officer for Bartow and was killed in a motorcycle accident. They've never been able to have family members at the memorial because it just was so long ago that there was no historical connection. Yeah. So they said, hey, you know, take a look into it. It'd be really great. And we were able to connect some family members.
Yeah, with that genealogy end, right?
With the genealogy end. So we're very excited. It might not happen this year, but next year there will be someone from the town marshal, Campbell, who was killed in 1886, representing him at the Fallen Officers Memorial.
That is very cool.
And it's the first fallen officer documented in Polk County. So it's not just a win for Bartow, it's a big deal for all of the law enforcement officers in Polk County to have them represented.
Very cool. We used to shoot that.
Yeah, so if you've got random genealogical inquiries, your girl Shannon, go to her.
Busy.
She lives off of it.
Busy.
She thrives for it.
Does it go busier than a one-arm paper hanger, wallpaper hanger?
Oh, that would be very busy. Yeah, she's very busy, and if she lets me play, then sometimes I'll do it too. Yeah. I'll get on the Ancestry and play also.
So we got anything you want to promote for June?
No, hopefully we'll be talking about reopening at that point. We'll
be able to give you an
ribbon
cutting or what?
You know, I think we're going to try to do something fun for it.
I think here's what we do: 5K.
5K?
Yeah,
okay.
First person that finishes gets to break the ribbon.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You know?
Well,
yeah.
There's nothing I would love to do more than a 5K in July.
5K.
In Florida. You are striking on some gold there, Brian. People will be knocking the door down to sign up. Let's do it at noon, too.
It's a little hot.
I'm wilting. Well, look like the flowers. Just look like your family tree.
The twig. Get it right, girl.
Yes, but hopefully we'll be talking about that and be able to announce a firm opening date.
All right. Tell our girl she's got to join us in June.
I will.
All right.
Mandate. Yes, sir.
All right. Always good to see you.
Thank you, Brian.
All right. Polk County has a rich history and heritage, and the Polk County History Center continuously is thinking of new ways to help Polk residents experience that history. Located at 100 East Main Street in Bartow, the History Center is open from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Tuesday through Saturday. For more information on exhibits, events, or how you can help them, check them out on the web at polkhistorycenter.org. Give them a call, 863-534-4386. If you enjoyed that episode of Polk Place, I invite you to like, share, and subscribe to the channel, and even check out the next one.